really, what's an inequality? What's an inequality? First, you need to realize that what's an inequality. Really, then just to think of these two, then 5 and 2. When it comes to 5 and 2, the greater digit is 5. This is written as 5 is, this is read as 5 is greater than 2. So when it comes to this one, then the same digits, you being given. So what's a greater digit here? Greater digit here is 5. Then this can be written as in 2 is less than 5. This is read as 5 is greater than 2. This one can be read as 2 is less than 5. Same relations. Okay. So next one is how about this type of one? X plus 1 is greater than 5. Then here is an inequality. How can you simplify this one? Firstly, you need to simplify this inequality. How do you simplify this inequality? You could use the knowledge of equations you learned previously to be simplify this one. To be simplified this one. So x is greater than, then plus 1 becomes minus 1 here. Okay, plus 1 becomes minus 1 here. Then 5 minus 1 is 4. So this is a way of simplifying this type of inequality. How can I simplify this type of one? 2x plus 1 is less than 7. How do you simplify this type of one? Then 2x is less than, then 7 plus 1 becomes minus 1. So how to use the knowledge of equations to be simplified this inequality. So 2x is less than 7 minus 1 is 6. Again, you could divide this inequality by 2 both sides. The reason here 2. So 2 and 2 can be cancelled out. 6 upon 2 is 3. This is the way of simplifying this type of inequality. I'll do this type of one. 2x minus 1 greater than 7. How do you do this one? Really, then 2x is greater than, then 7, then minus 1 becomes plus 1 when it comes to the right side. So 2x is greater than, then 7 plus 1 is 8. Now you could see this one, then here the coefficient of x is 2 here. Then anyway, then both sides can be divided by 2. Then x can be taken as, x is 12, 8 upon 2 is 4, x is greater than 4. You could get an idea about the way of simplifying these types of equations. But anyway, now when it comes to these types of equations, you imagine, when it comes to the number line, that, then here 0, 1, 2, 3, you could write more digits, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3 and so on. Then the greater digit here, then think of this one, minus 2, minus 1. What's the greater digit here? Here the greater digit is minus 1. Okay, when you compare minus 2 and minus 2 and minus 1, the greater digit is minus 1. So I'm going to divide both sides by minus 1. Now what happens to the inequality? Just imagine. Then I'm going to divide both sides by minus 1. So minus 4 minus is plus 2 upon 1 is 2. Then here minus 4 minus plus 1 upon 1 is 1. Now you could see that it has changed this inequality. Then plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. The greater digit is plus 2. Therefore, then you could see that it changes the inequality when you divide using negative values. When it divides using negative values, it changes the inequality. So think of this one. Minus 3, minus 4. Really, the greater digit here is minus 4, minus 3. So what happens here? Then I'm multiplying both sides by minus 1. Then minus 1, minus 1. Right? Multiplied by minus 1, multiplied by minus 1. Now what happens here? Then minus into minus plus, 3 times 1, 3. Minus into minus plus, 4 times 1, 4. Now what has happened really? Then then plus 4 is greater than plus 3. Now what happens really? Then when it multiplies using a negative value, it changes the direction of the inequality. That's the idea that you need to gain here. So here, minus 10 minus, let's do this type of one. So when it divides and when it is multiplied using negative values, it changes the direction of the inequality. So minus 2x greater than or equals to minus 4. Now let's divide both sides by minus 2. So when we divide using both sides by minus 2, what happens really? Then it's able to simplify this minus 2 and minus 2. And here x, then minus 4 minus plus 4 upon 2 is 2. Now, previously I taught you that when it divides using a negative value, it changes the direction of the inequality. So this needs to be written as x is greater than or equals to minus 4 previous at first, then right now x is less than or equals to plus 2. That's the please you need to learn that one. Okay, so you need to bear in mind that one. So how can you simplify this type of one? How can you simplify this type of inequality really? Then minus 2x over 3 less than 4. How do you do this one really? This type of one also can be done. Here 3, you need to simplify. Then here you could see 3. Therefore, it multiplies both sides using 3 here. Then 3 and 3 can be cancelled out. Then here it gives that less than. So minus 2x less than 12 here. Minus 2x. Now what happens? How do you simplify? Both sides can be divided using negative 2. So here plus, here minus, plus or minus minus. You need to change the direction of the inequality. 12 over 2 is 6. So this is the way of dividing. This is a way of simplifying these types of inequalities. I do think that you got an idea about the way of simplifying these types of inequalities. Let's do this type of one as well. What you need to know really when it divides using negative values, then it changes the direction of the inequality. How do you do this type of one? How do you simplify this type of one? Really, how do you simplify this type of inequality? So, here 5, here 6. So, you need to consider really the LCM of 5 and 6, which is divided by 2, then 5, 3 divided by 3 again here, then again divided by 5. Now, you could get then 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 5. 2 times is 6, 6 times 5, 30. To be simplify this one first, what you need to do, you should get the LCM of 5 and 6. Afterwards, after getting the LCM of 5 and 6, you have to multiply both sides using 30. 30 is the LCM of 5 and 6. So, minus 3x over 5 less than minus 1/3 into 30. 30 is the LCM of 5 and 6. Now you can simplify that 1 time and 6 times. Then here plus into minus minus 6 times 3, 18. So here 1 time 5 times. Then minus into plus minus 5. Now both sides can be divided using negative 18. Now simplify 18 and 18. Then it changes the direction. Then x is greater than 5 over 18. This can be simplified. This can be kept as a decimal number as well. But anyway, I wanted to teach you the way of simplifying these sorts of inequalities. Now the other segment is, in this lesson, you how to, after simplifying, after solving, you should have gained the ability of writing the solutions on a number line. Then you think of this one, x is greater than 5. You need to, the question is, you need to write the solutions on a number line after solving this inequality. So x is greater than, then plus 1 becomes minus 1, x is greater than 4. What you need to do here, you need to get all the greater values than 4. All the greater values are taken than 4. So you need to draw a circle here. You should not color inside the circle. Then these are the solutions. You need to shade here. These are the solutions. Of this inequality. X is greater than 4, which means all the values should be taken. Greater values than 4. When you take integral values, which means then 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Then all the greater values than 4 are taken as solutions of this inequality. Then if it is given this one as x plus 1 greater than or equals 5, then this is written. Then eventually what happens, x is greater than or equals 4. Then you need to color this one. Okay, you need to color this one. So this is the parts that you need to learn in this segment of inequalities. If you got an issue, you could send me your questions. You could use the comment section to be mentioned your issues, and also you could, if you are a newcomer to my YouTube channel, you could subscribe the channel and you could gain more videos like these types of videos in the future as well. Okay,